What I do is a family program. I believe strong in that the essence of the human life is a family.
On September 19, 2015, Univision will air the final episode of Sábado Gigante, the longest-running variety show in television history. 53 years ago, 22-year-old Mario Kreutzberger, the son of German Jews who had fled to Chile in 1938, took the stage name Don Francisco and launched a new show on the TV channel operated by the Catholic University of Chile. For 1 year, it aired on Sunday, but the show soon became an 8-hour Saturday spectacle known, appropriately enough, as Sábados Gigantes, gigantic Saturdays.
At that time, the television was airing programs from Sunday to Friday. Saturday was a day off for cleaning the equipment. And then the manager told me, I'm going to give you 1 hour on Saturday. They only opened the station for me from 7 to 8. I was very young and what I was doing was very elemental. And then I had from 6 to 8, from 5 to 8, and 5 to 9. At the end, I ended for 20 years with 8 hours.
From the very beginning, the show was a fast-moving collage of styles and segments, heavily influenced by the television young Mario saw when he came to New York in 1960 to study men's clothing design. After some early hiccups, Sábados Gigantes became a huge success. On some weeks in the 1970s and 80s, 4 out of every 5 Chileans were watching.
¿Cuál, señor? Rápidamente. El 9. El 9. El 9. El 9.
And so, in 1986, Don Francisco took his talents to Miami and brought Sábado Gigante, singular this time, to the United States.
The concept that we had at the beginning, separados por la distancia, unidos por el mismo idioma. Separate by distance, united by the same language.
The move was not without challenges. Univision's viewers have their roots in the 20 countries of Latin America, each with different tastes and traditions.
I call it a soup that has basic ingredients, but always even you add or you take off some ingredients, it will have always the same flavor.
So Sábado Gigante was designed to offer something for everyone. Interview segments, musical guests, dance contests and beauty pageants, polygraph examinations, comedy interludes, animal segments, and just about everything else you can possibly imagine.
That is full of gas.
The crazy range of segments is part of what makes the show so successful. But if you don't speak Spanish, and sometimes even if you do, the show can be overwhelming and confusing. What exactly is going on with the little people and the, is that a wrestler with a trumpet? And the endless stream of bits. For example, at some point in most episodes, La Cuatro, a comic character played by Chilean singer Gloria Benavides, wanders onto the set and appears to annoy the usually unflappable Don Francisco.
What is supposed to be La Cuatro? A very simple woman that admires Don Francisco. And then we make jokes about, about everything that's going on in the program or it's going on in the world.
When La Cuatro first appeared on the show, she was known as La Cuatro Dientes because she had just 4 teeth. But that didn't please one of the sponsors, Colgate.
They called me from the company. It's impossible. That's Colgate. How you can do La Cuatro? She was without the teeth, and then we put back the teeth.
Most of the stars of Latin music have appeared on Sábado Gigante, and Don Francisco has spoken with presidents and presidential candidates. But after an interview with a head of state, the show could pivot to a polygraph test designed to discover if a spouse has been unfaithful. For many years, the polygraph has been interpreted by Joe Hooper, a gringo whose terrible Spanish Don Francisco loves to make fun of.
Que llevan?
¿Cómo? Que llevan, que llevan.
Que llevan.
Sí, que llevan.
Que llevan.
Que llevan.
Que llevan.
Eso. He doesn't speak Spanish, or speaks a very little Spanish. And then he made big mistakes. And everybody of my audience is doing, like myself, we are doing big mistakes every day when we speak.
because he knows that many people in the audience have trouble making themselves understood in English. Seeing gringos struggle with Spanish flips the usual script.
Ella es Lisa Blanco.
Another part of the show that is designed to please the audience, even if it shocks and dismays other segments of the population, is the omnipresence of scantily clad women. Using women as set decorations might seem outdated and even offensive, but for Don Francisco, it's part of giving the audience what they want.
To be very honest, we need men to watch, not only women. We had a majority of women.
Sábado Gigante provides its audience with information and support that they need, directly.
We had a health segment. Why? Because we had in our viewers a percentage of undocumented people. They don't have the facility to go to the doctor.
And indirectly, by facilitating family reunions.
When the father is hugging his son after 25 years for the first time, you have the same problem. And you feel almost hugging your relative that are on the other side, that you are not able to hug him.
And by creating a show where ordinary people, gente humilde, are the heroes. The contests in Sábado Gigante tend to be simple games of chance. You don't need to be educated or well-dressed or even particularly talented to be a winner. Television rarely celebrates everyday humble people. Sábado Gigante was one of the rare shows that did so every single week.
This is not a one-man show. I'm representing a terrific team. I'm very proud of what we have done. We did this program for the Hispanic community in the States, for my home country, for the different countries that are watching, with the biggest respect to the audience, to give them the best product that we are able to build. And that's the way I like that the program is remembered.
Adios, Don Francisco. You will be missed.
Exactamente esos mismos 30 años.